fire, fire, fire. Bum 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 bum. I also had this planned as well. Hey Choco, do you want to feel bad? Do you want to feel bad? I heard you were trying to do keys, or I read you were trying to do keys today. Hello, Snow Leopard and Snow Leopard fans. Hello, stinky bitch who can't tell what I am. Send it? No, no, oh, you mean send it like watch? I'm being so dumb today. Bam, 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 bam. The reason is that Blizzard is a big stinky doo-doo.
So after my video about coming back to retail, I saw some of your comments about how bad the leveling experience can be.
The level scaling for leveling is very broken. It's basically expected for you to have fully upgraded heirlooms. Dude, I was watching Savix do the retail hardcore thing, and some of the mobs hit so hard because you can't use heirlooms and shit in the challenge, and it's not scaled for people who have no heirlooms.
Can be. And spending a bit more time in game, I had an idea. I want to experience this game from a brand new player's perspective. So
Big
that's what
mistake.
I'm going to do. I'm going to level to 60 as a new player would to see how bad it really is.
Whoa. And then go on a fucking dead server. This is already a
First
great
things
start.
first, we need to select a server. Oh wow, look at all these servers marked for new players. Well, that's hypothetically what I am, so I guess I'll pick Asgalore because it has a cool name.
Okay.
Next, we need to make a character. I want to be a wizard, so I guess I'll be a mage. As for the
Okay.
race, I gotta go Blood Elf because, obviously. One sec, I'm gonna make myself look fabulous. Now I
Yeah,
just
you're
need a
looking
name.
good.
There we go. The adventures of Noob McNoobie are about to begin. Starting zone,
Name?
let's go Exile's Reach because I have
'Cause that's
legitimately never done
the-
it before. All right,
I didn't like doing that zone, I'm gonna be honest. I gave it one
we're
shot.
all set. Let the adventure begin. Now I want to set some ground rules for this character. I will not use
Empty
any
server?
heirlooms,
Yeah,
and obviously
exactly.
I can't send any gold or items
And then you have to pay what, like fucking $40 to transfer to a populated one? How much is a server transfer? Like $40, $30?
to this character. I'm going to level mostly through questing, but I'll do the occasional dungeon just to see how it goes at different levels.
Oh
All right,
my god, no! What is that on my screen? No! 1 through 60, 70, wild 27. What is that?
loading in, and what is that? Is that a Chinese gold seller spamming in Mandarin?
Yes.
What the actual F? I'm not really sure how
What
to
the
react
frick,
to this.
man?
I see the 1 to 60 to 70, so I'm guessing they're boosting players.
Oh my god, and it's just spamming over and over. There's no detection or anything. Because it populates every time. It goes boop, boop, boop. That means he's spamming.
Oh, is this because they shut down WoW in China and now they're all coming over to American servers through a VPN or something?
Probably.
Experience is coming fast, and I feel very powerful. Frostbolt is easily two-shotting things.
Okay.
Okay.
Just you wait. It's not going to be two-shotting shit anymore.
When did they stop putting new
That's like level
abilities on your
10.
bars at low levels? I thought that I only had Frostbolt. It's not a big deal for me, but a new player might struggle really hard on this.
You know, they put every ability you start with at level 1 on World of Warcraft Classic. I don't understand. Why do they not have everything on the bars? Is he level 4? Oh, wait. Huh. I thought it puts it on your bars when you level. I haven't played retail in so long. Or leveled, rather. I saw a Reddit post where a guy was asking how to do a race change for a level 11 character. Why? Just level again. It takes like 10
Quest that
minutes.
requires you to use abilities they probably wouldn't even know they had. Yes, this is kind of nitpicky, but you gotta remember, the first hour of an MMO is where most players quit. It's stupid, but this could legitimately turn players away from the game if they think the quest is bugged or something. Ooh, a group quest. Let's see if I can solo it. Easy peasy. Though I will say I'm starting to feel weaker. Yes, that was supposed to be a tougher enemy.
He's level 8! How is he weak already?
Even on normal enemies. And on top of that, it's noticeably slower.
Why does it say it's a group quest and it said 3 players required and he's level 8 and he sold it on his own? Oh, that's right, because the game's probably freaking dead. So why would you lock a entire quest behind in a fresh zone already? I don't think I saw a single person around him except for that Chinese gold seller so far. Anyone at all? Is there anyone here? Nope. No. There's one guy that's AFK, another guy that's standing on the boat, and that's him. Crazy. Remember now all enemies scale to your level in most areas? Yeah. That's why you feel so weak when you level. Because you can't just curb stomp stuff per, like, zone like you could in, like, Classic to go back and get more XP. Everyone is max level leveling is dead. Yeah. I mean, that's just the nature of retail. Wow, I quit WoW. Wait, wow, I quit World of Warcraft. But even I get depression. I watched the Vinruki video and he basically does a 30-minute YouTube video and queues up for solo shuffle at the same time because queues are so dead. Well, that's the joke, Polter. I don't think PvP is very popular in the first place. It's very niche. And also healing really, really sucks in PvP. I would know.
Doing as much as it did, even on normal enemies. And on top of that, it's noticeably slower to cast. It doesn't feel great, but it's a pretty minor complaint at this point. All right, level 10. And
ooh, dungeon time
dungeon for me. This is actually pretty cool. It's teaching new players how to join groups.
Cute. Okay.
Oh yeah, I get to choose my spec. I'll just stick with Frost for now because it's what I've been doing. Another nitpick here.
Oh, he's a real gamer. Look at all those keybinds right there. He's a real gamer. How do you PvP with complicated physics? I don't think World of Warcraft physics are very complicated. I think the new character island was a good thing WoW did. Yeah, I think it's tutorial island, yeah. Maybe it's just because I'm like a veteran player and I just tried it out and I was like, this is stinky, but maybe I'm just not the target audience, so.
But once you select your spec, it should automatically switch over to the talent page. I wouldn't doubt that some new players miss it. And that's the dungeon. Gotta say, I'm impressed. I think it's simple enough for new players to understand, and it teaches them some pretty basic things like don't stand in bad stuff. Overall, I'd give this intro zone an 8 out of 10. It feels a bit hand-holdy for me, but I've played the game for years.
Yeah, that's what I thought too, but you have to look at it from a new player's perspective, so again, not the target audience. It's always sweet to get new gear and feel no stronger. Well, that's what heirlooms are for. I hate how the cast times increases your level. It makes it feel so bad. Well, back in the day, when you would get Frostbolt, for example, if you play a mage, there was a talent point that you could put into to reduce the cast time on the spell. And that was kind of like the general talent progression in most classes, so to speak. I think it was like Elemental Shaman, Lightning Bolt, reduction, Frostbolt, Fireball for mage. I'd have to think really hard on this. Warlock also Shadow Bolt reduction cast time. I'm pretty sure that's also a thing. That was like the whole point, is that even though you have the increased cast time on the ability, there are talent points that make you feel like you're progressing so that you're not regressing. But I think they forgot to put that in, or they don't have that kind of talent point until maybe like later on retail. I'm not sure.
My only real gripes are that new players might have a hard time finding their spellbook and talent trees. All right, we're out of the starting zone. Now time to start the real adventure. I've decided to level through Battle for Azeroth. And yes, I know how much I've roasted it in my earlier video, but I have 2 reasons for this. First is that it's the expansion the game guides you to by default, so I would assume most new players would choose it. And 2, I haven't unlocked the allied races that. Okay,
there's a few people around. One, that person? I can't tell. A little bit blurry. Oh, that's a person. That's a person. That's a person. There's a few people around in Orgrimmar. Haha. Not that many though. Anti-Patria Wolf. Thank you, thank you. A few people in an MMO. Yeah, I feel like WoW is really archaic and outdated in terms of servers. They should have like channels like RuneScape or something. Or like BDO. Everyone of Valdrakken? True.
From there
actually.
yet, so I see it as a two birds, one stone situation. And to make it fair, I won't let my criticisms of the story affect how I rate the leveling experience. And there's level 20, gained from exploration.
Woo!
So my overall item level is 20, but I got these pants.
I would love to know what the heirloom levels are for when he hits 20, if he had a full set of gear, what the eye level would be. I would love to know.
That are item level 54.
To get into that.
And my heirlooms that I'm not using would be 54 as well.
Oh, okay. You're probably the first to come close to pronouncing my name correctly. I get that a lot, but then also people come in and they're like, no, actually, you say it this way. And I'm like, bitch, how the fuck am I gonna know that? You gotta correct me. I feel like his complaints about the spellbook and skills are off. I made a new tone and the spellbook constantly shoved it in my face to use. Well, for him it didn't happen. I don't know how old this video is. 5 months old. Maybe they changed it. I do remember, like, they hop down into your bar. Actually, is pronounced good day. Yeah. Yeah, I've had people come in here and they're like, actually, you pronounce this way. And I'm like...
That's a bit
level
far behind,
50,
but it's not too
though.
terrible yet. I will say that I feel significantly weaker than I did at the start. Frostbolt feels like a wet noodle now, but if I get a Fingers of Frost proc, I can kill things pretty quick still.
If I had to wager as to why the scaling for Frostbolt and other abilities that would be similar to Mage would be the reason, because there's so many other effects that they have to scale on top of the game in the end of the game, like talents and gear set bonuses. I don't know if that's a thing in retail. I've like no clue. I have to wonder if that's the reason why leveling sucks so much ass. Actually, it's pronounced Mashu. How about you Mashu my dick?
Looks like the wait time for DPS is about 6 minutes. That's not too bad. While past me is leveling in the background, I want to thank all you guys for commenting in my other video. That was super cool of you. So I figured I'd respond to some of them. Benjamin.
Not a great take at all, IMO. Giga Chad just leaves it alone. Not a great take at all. Doesn't expand. I love these comments.
And said, not a great take at all. Well, we all have different opinions. Fry said, good effing video. Thanks, man. Boomer Bill said, I don't think we needed a video about you not liking WoW story. It's cool that you like being a nobody. Maybe there's a game where you can do that.
He just talked and criticized. I'm pretty sure I know what video he's talking about because I did watch the one previous to this one. I haven't watched this one, but I think I know what he's talking about, where you're just the hero of like the Alliance or the Horde constantly, whereas in Classic it's kind of like you're just like in this adventure that gets kind of shoved into Molten Core and stuff. The WoW story shit, early expansions were carried hard by Warcraft 3. Yeah, I know, I totally understand that, but then they kind of devolved into like you being like the champion of Azeroth. Champion! Azeroth needs your help!
It doesn't seem like you finished the video, but that's okay. I didn't really need you to. Maybe there are some videos out there that you can enjoy. Anthony said this was a good video.
Tales of a Weed Smoker, nice.
I appreciate it. A couple of people disagree with me on the Chosen One aspect, which is fine. If you like it, great. I just happen to not like it. Another thing I want to touch on here is that there's a gray area between being the Chosen One and a random host.
I miss Bob. Gee, I wonder why. The Russian accent? No, that's the game. You think that's the Russian accent? It's the Dwarven accent from BFA. I don't know if you ever played it, but Dragonflight is literally pretending BFA and SL didn't happen because they didn't. The lore was so garbage. I'm gonna be honest. Champion the wounds.
Hobo. It doesn't bother me when somebody calls me a champion, but it feels forced and weird when I'm called the champion. Arthur said, Dragonflight is the worst expansion of all time.
It's really not, my man. I'm sorry. Even I don't play Dragonflight, but shit, Dragonflight is not that bad.
I'm sorry you feel that way, and I hope you find something you enjoy playing. Legitimately. I don't mean that sarcastically. JJ seems to have not watched the video at all and just guessed how it went. Thanks for commenting anyways.
I wish you could like look at the time spent people the time spent on watching a video before people comment. It's I wish that was a thing. This person is crazy. I watched the other video.
Quite a few people disagree with me on Legion, which again is fine, but
it's your opinion, man. That's just like your opinion, dude. BFA was the worst. I would say BFA is pretty fucking up there for me. WoD was only really bad because of the lack of content. I don't think the story was that bad. What are you talking about? The jailer was so epic, don't you know? I think you're being sarcastic, right? I think the jailer was really sad because I thought he was going to be like the big bad guy and then she just flops over and like a little bitch and becomes like a husk, right? Also, people just don't watch the video or read or go straight to the comment section. I know it's crazy. I never do that. I hardly ever comment, period, but like at least I watch the video. You know, I get that YouTube comments, no matter if they're negative or positive, they can help a channel grow, but what's up with the good comments like bad take or good video? I have no fucking clue. I have it on my channel too. But there's some people who write like paragraphs and stuff, but for the most part, there are people who just say like really just non-explanatory, just, oh, you're wrong, you suck. What's your opinion? His opinion? Yeah, it's like saying, oh, I don't like eating, I don't know, chocolate ice cream. Like, what's your problem? Like, I just don't like it, sorry. Cheesy one-liners? Yeah, pretty much. Shadowlands made me want to burn my computer. I played for 3 weeks and then I just like couldn't do it anymore. All the you suck comments are my alt accounts. That's a lot of accounts, Choco. I don't know if I believe you. Zoomers don't have the attention span to complete a thought, so just gotta throw a couple of words in a skull emoji. I don't think people who play World of Warcraft are fucking Zoomers. I know what you're saying, Masu, or Mashu, excuse me. I don't know if that was a joke or not, but I don't think Zoomers play World of Warcraft. Let's be real. I think the demographic for World of Warcraft is right now is between the ages of like 25 to like 40. 40 plus, even. I try not to read comments too much on YouTube. You'll see a few nice ones, then you see the ones that are so unprovoked and aggro. Yeah, I delete the ones that are just like, oh, you fucking suck, you're a stupid bitch. And I'm like, oh. Okay, cool, deletes comment. It was? Okay. Yeah, this guy has a profile picture of a World of Warcraft character. I don't think he's a Zoomer.
But I guess I'll explain my stance on it. As a story, I think the overarching story is good, but I hate that it's forced through
like,
the
okay, who asked?
of me
Yeah.
being the chosen one. Mechanically, as a leveling zone, I'll admit there's not really much difference between any of the expansions, but I absolutely hate the exposition dump quest where you
get
just
me out of
stand
the
there
Dream
waiting for
Grove
NPCs
in
to
Legion.
talk. And as for when it was the current expansion, it felt like Blizzard doubled down on a lot of things that drove me away in the first place. Mission tables, Titan forging, art.
The mission tables weren't that bad, but like I get it. I think it was really annoying having to like go do certain quests. Not certain quests. There were certain quests that locked behind mission tables, and you had to like complete 20 missions to progress the story, and you're just like, bro, this is literally time gating. I hate this shit.
Artifact power, welfare legendaries, way too much RNG, and of course the chosen one thing.
Oh my god, don't get me started on the fucking RNG on legendaries. Oh my lord. One of my friends rage quit the game because they leveled a red paladin, and the first legendary they got was Sopho's, which was really, really terrible in the expansion launch at the time. They leveled a warrior and then got the same legendary. And then they quit the expansion for like 6 months. It's just like so insane. Mission table in SL was literally, let me import this week or that'll min-max it for me. Oh yeah, I had the add-on that did that for me as well. RNG RNG is fine in moderation, but when you tie it to, like, you know, the gameplay or like being an actual functional class, I think that's when it becomes insanely bad. I'm waiting for Mop Classic. I think I'll play a bit of Mop Classic, but holy fuck. We have to still get through Kata, and then through Kata we have to wait for Mop, and then Mop's gonna be like, oh my god, what patch are we gonna play of Mop? Probably the last one, if I had to wager. 20% of your DPS being an RNG drop? Yeah, that balancing shit is so bad for the game.
It's cool if you liked it. I personally didn't. And finally, swag.
This has gotta be a troll. Come on. Swag Lord YOLO. Okay, boomer. That is a troll account. No zoomers play this game. Come on. 5.4.8 was the greatest though. I liked Feral at the start of Mop. But you know, they'll probably balance it like way later.
Lord YOLO says, okay, boomer. Weren't you that guy that got banned in Classic for AFKing Battlegrounds? Ooh, there's my dungeon. These dinosaurs can wait. And it's already in progress. So let's hope this is not a bad sign.
This is bad for kids, for new players.
And I got some fat loots from it, which is item level 64. 64. That's pretty good. It's weird that BFA randoms don't give you the Satchel of Helpful Goods. I think those should definitely be added to every expansion's dungeons, because I suspect my item level is going to get really bad later on. There's level 30. And I gotta say, I'm getting pretty weak. Outside of Flurry and Fingers of Frost, my damage is pitiful.
It's because they balance the game around cooldowns.
And I kind of know what I'm doing. I can only imagine how this would feel for a new player. So my item level is up to 55, and my heirlooms
at least for the most
be
part
at 82, which is not great, but I have managed to progress from 34 below to 27 below. So maybe my hypothesis of item level getting worse was mistaken, and it's just a scaling issue. Anyways, I'm going to do another dungeon.
Oh boy, dungeon time.
There's the dungeon. Let's see how this goes. Oh boy, somebody's already dead, and I have no idea what's going on.
This is so bad for new players, man.
We made it through without wiping. And I got another piece of loot, which is item level 92. Too bad I can't equip it because it's a mace.
Wait, why did it let him loot a mace that he can't even use as a mage?
I thought that wasn't supposed to happen.
Oh,
all right, there's 40, and I feel weaker still. I know people are going to argue that the game should get harder as you progress, but this isn't even a difficulty thing. The mobs aren't getting harder. It's just tedious. They're just getting more tedious. Frostbolt went from 2-shotting things with a 1.5 second cast time to 10-shotting things with a 2-second cast time. It feels bad. And
I love how mostly monotony is about everything. He's a nice voice to listen to.
Now even my cheese combo of Flurry, Frost Orb, Ice Lance isn't even killing things as fast as it did. Anyways, my item level is up to 85, which is around where it should have been 9 levels ago. And my heirlooms would be at 113, which puts me at 28 below.
28? Dude, look, the disparagement. Heirlooms, jeez.
10 levels ago. Level 50. My item level is now 111. Heirlooms would be at 145, which puts me at 34 item levels below. I finally noticed that I hadn't picked up the talent Lonely Winter, which...
Oh. That would have been pretty good, huh? 25%? That's insane! Why is it not like a 2 or 3% increase?
Just a straight up 25% damage boost. So after I got that, things got a bit quicker.
Okay.
Frostbolt still is a limp noodle though, and unless I'm comboing Flurry with Fingers of Frost, kill times are really
understand.
slow.
Why is it 25%?
Level 55 now.
But I don't understand. Like in other talent trees, it's like, oh, it's like a 5% damage increase or 3% damage increase. Why 25%? That sounds insane.
And I gotta say, it's getting dicey. The time to kill enemies has gotten rather annoying, and I can easily die if I'm not careful. I did do another dungeon, which was a bit grueling, and I managed to score 3 pieces of loot, none of which I was capable of equipping, so yay, I guess. And finally, level 60. Those last few levels were rough. I expect a new player would have died quite a few times if they didn't just give up. My item level just went up to 144, Heirlooms at this level would be at 183. So I'm 39 item levels below.
39
That's a
eye
pretty
levels.
Big difference, and it shows.
That's massive,
I have
dude.
never felt weaker. Even using my CDs, my damage is not great. This really goes.
You're getting shit you can't equip, man. Yeah, I just don't understand that logic. Why would you even let players do that in a dungeon? I think I do remember that happening to me as well when I was leveling one time for a friend.
To show how bad the scaling is for content pre-Dragonflight, especially from 50 to 60. My title might seem like clickbait, but honestly, this is a bad experience for new players. Now, I know that many of you are thinking this is so they can sell the character boosts, but honestly, I think that's a bad sales tactic. If a player levels from, say, 1 to 40, the chances of them buying the boost are probably pretty slim. I mean, they've already gotten this far. And if they decide to buy it right off the bat, their action bars will be immediately filled with a bunch of abilities they have no clue on how to use. They lose either way. And all of this is even before we mention the narrative mess.
I mean, granted, they do have a tutorial before you boost the character, I think, right? When you go on that stupid airship, when you boost the character, you boost a spec on a character and then you can try it out and then boost it, I think. Or something along those lines. I might be misremembering. It's been a long time. They did try to fix that in D4 recently. It's just confusing now. In D4, it was really, really bad. The more you level, the harder it got as well. It's just like a thing that Blizzard decided to do. I don't like games that have me pick up stuff I can't even use. Well, you can't even sell it. You can't sell it. That's the worst part.
Putting my personal opinion,
they're bound items.
Story, new players are expected to go through this grandiose story, only for it to be cut off before they get any payout of it. You hit 60, don't worry about that big bad you've been chasing. It's time to go to the Dragon Isles for a completely different story.
Yeah,
but let's give them the benefit of the doubt. It
rips you out of the immersion.
Player got this far. They hit Dragonflight and have a good time getting the rest of the way to max level. In fact, they get so into the game that they want to start doing harder content. So of course, they start looking for a guild. Now remember the first decision I made at the start of the video. That's right. I selected one of the new player realms.
And they're dead as fuck! Make enemies stronger is not just scale. I understand why scaling is a thing, but it's not good for the health of the game. It's really not. Whoops, time to re-roll and transfer. Oh, that happened to me, actually. I played the game from Wrath until about Kata, and then I came back in, like, I don't know, maybe the first few months of MoP. And I tried to play with my friends, and I didn't really realize how much the game had changed, and I didn't... They told me to re-roll all my characters, and I was like, fuck, man. You're on this server, and I'm on this server? That sucks. And they're like, yeah, just cough up the money. And I'm like, no! So I have to re-level. And I'm like, fuck. Like, that really hurt me as, like, a returning player.
Or in other words, a dead realm. Guess they gotta buy a transfer
dead realm,
now.
yeah.
I know why things are this way.
You can cross-realm trade now, by the way? Is that a good or a bad thing? I feel like that's kind of an issue, but I guess it kind of alleviates a lot of problems at the same time. Cough up the money? Yeah, I was like, I don't know. I don't remember how old I was, but like it was a while ago. I'm gonna be honest, the more he explains, the more confused I get. Kind of glad I dropped the game. Yeah, I don't blame you. Modern WoW is very, very unintuitive for new players. I think the time spent sunk cost fallacy for people to quit is really, really high, and people who get into the game, they kind of just drop it immediately because they don't have like the nostalgic pull that they have the time investment of playing a game that is really, really flawed. It's not a friendly experience for new players. Let's just put it that way, just like the title says.
This way, it's easier to just leave it. Dragonflight is their focus, and it shows. They don't want to waste the resources on the rest of the game. Well,
that was the case in other expansions as well. You just have to go, level, come on, get to the end.
Also, they want you to press these buttons. A new player already has to spend 15.
What is this? 3 faction changes for $60, 6 faction changes for $95. Oh shit, a discount? I don't remember this being in the game. Holy crap. Mage doesn't have a flash, just give them one, but also people can scam or troll your keys by suddenly demanding your money. I saw a Reddit post about that. Dude, they didn't used to have these options in the game for 1, 3, and 6. It was just one faction change. Now they just want people to spend even more money by giving them little discounts. That's insane.
$15 per month of subscription, and another 50 or so once they get to Dragonflight. Now they need to spend more if they want to have a good experience. To be fair, after leveling to 60 without heirlooms, these buttons are definitely more compelling than they were at the start, and probably even more so for someone inexperienced in the game. But I think I've found an even more compelling button to press.
Oh no! Good ending, I like that. Faction changes have almost lost all their value though, because cross-faction guilds. The only thing that is not cross-faction is mythic rating, right? Or is that still different? W ending. Yeah, let's give this guy some love. Oh, he made a new video. Give him a little subby wubby. Link the video. Linky the video. Why the WoW token has never stopped real world trading? Nope. And didn't reduce bots either. I'll watch this later. Oh, bow, 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 bow. Mythic raids are not cross-strum until Hall of Cringe is full. Oh, Hall of Cringe. I think they're talking about cross-faction raiding. Not sure. Not really paying attention. Yeah, I remember when I tried to mythic raid with a friend and they told me, sorry, we can't do that. And then they said, yeah, you have to wait until like Shadowlands or something. I was like, fuck that. I'm not waiting until that shit expansion comes out. Or no, it was a shit patch. It was a patch in Shadowlands. It wasn't even Shadowlands launch, right? No. It's faction content, not like faction, like a roleplay faction. Oh, bow, 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 bow. Giant student desert. Came back to retail after 8 years. Oh yeah, I remember seeing this. How we get Classic Plus? We're not gonna get it, man. Oh, my naive child. That ain't happening. I remember the song for some vanilla PvP video. Oh yeah, for sure. At this point, they might as well condense servers. They have done that in the past, but I think what they have to do really realistically as a company is probably do channels, just like RuneScape and BDO. Because at this rate, servers do not fucking mean a damn thing. Modern Blizzard doesn't have the creativity to do Classic Plus properly. No, it's not even that. It's that they want something out of it, which is like money to like incentivize people to like give them more money. Since like Classic is already $15 a month. You don't have to buy an expansion for it. And they released Burning Crusade, Wrath of the Lich King, and so on and so forth. They're gonna keep going with that, right? With Classic Plus, they would probably make you buy the expansion or some shit, or have some sort of like incentive to give them money, I think personally. Because the amount of development they would have to put into Classic Plus wouldn't really outweigh the money that they would get out of the player base. Yeah, it's super cringe. They killed servers that they ruined Classic entirely, or they just made arenas and BG's cross-strum and all that. Yeah, I agree. What'd be really cool is if they could do, yeah, I think channels. Channels would be neat.